you will be getting the syllabus for the first test is kinematics or motion in a straight line. Motion in a straight line, completely you check it, and that will be coming in the test. Okay. And you will be getting more sufficient time to prepare, just to go through one by one, but I will be giving you that some type of different type of questions, different difficult type questions you will be finding solving the equations. So either you just practice it, or you ask me for sending more and more questions. You should send me the message about that the questions if you require more and more. And timing period will be very less, and you'll be getting the 20 multiple choice questions. 20 questions means maximum we'll be finding 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, that today you will start with parallelogram law of vector addition. And you know it clearly, you know clearly that what is the method of finding the vector addition, what is the process of vector addition. And you know that vector addition is done only by the geometrical method of addition. So we are having the two laws to follow the vector addition. One is the triangular vector addition, another is the parallelogram law of vector addition. The difference is that in case of the triangular vector addition, already we are representing the two vectors which are acting on the body by means of the two sides of a triangle taken in same order, and the third side which is taken in opposite order is representing their resultant. But in same cases, in parallelogram law of vector addition, what you are finding that these two vectors will be represented by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. And the diagonal which is passing through the point of action represents their resultant. The diagonal, this is the same, and the formula, whatever you will be getting the same. That is resultant, magnitude of the resultant R equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta under root. So same cases, but whenever you apply it, either by the triangle law or by the parallelogram, the formula is same, direction is also same. For that, just for the theoretical understanding, just you go through the parallelogram law of vector addition. What it states: if two vectors are acting on a body at a point simultaneously, and if these two vectors are represented by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram taken in magnitude and direction, then the diagonal passing through the point of action represents their resultant. And you should write the definition here. If two vectors can be represented both in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal passing through the point of action represents their resultant. And better to write. You write the definition. If two vectors can be represented both in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal passing through the point of action represents their resultant. And for that thing, let us discuss what is taking place here now. You look at here, this is the two vector, this is the A vector and B vector. This is A vector and this is B vector. This is A vector and B vector. Both are acting on a point, that is point O, and the resultant is along this way. This is the situation, whatever is happening. And we are representing the two sides of a parallelogram. So here the two side is that OP is vector A and OS is vector B, and I am framing a diagonal here, that is I am framing a parallelogram like that, and whatever the diagonal, this is because we are having the two diagonal. The one diagonal which is passing through the point of action, this gives the resultant, means R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. R vector equal to A vector plus B vector, and we have to find the direction, magnitude and direction of the resultant. Simply you will be following the triangle law here. Just extend the vector A. I am extending the vector A, and a perpendicular from Q is drawn, that you take it as the QT. So what happens? This will be the, if it is the B and as it is a parallelogram, so this is also equal vector, it is also B vector. And this is the angle between A vector and B vector, that is the theta. This was the angle between A vector and B vector, that is theta. So if you consider the OQT triangle, directly you can do it in OQT triangle, what happens here? OQ square equal to same triangle law. OQ square equal to OT square plus QT square. And this is equal to, what is OT? OP plus PT square. Same method, I think you should write very quickly, plus QT square. And this is equal to OP square plus PT square plus 2 OPPT plus QT square. QT square. So this will be equal to, what is OP square? That is A square plus, what is PT square? You know it, PT square equal to, if you take it from this triangle, PT will be, if you talk about
B
the
cos
cos theta,
theta.
B cos theta, very good. You know, same pattern, huh? B cos theta square, you write it quickly. You may advance, 2AB cos theta plus B sin theta square. B sin theta square. And if we just proceed in this form, we are finding R square equal to A square plus B cos theta, B sin theta, B cos theta square, B sin theta square. Here we are writing only B square directly. I'm writing directly plus 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta. So that R square you are finding this one, and R equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta under root. Only the geometrical interpretation is that how they are representing by the two sides of a two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. This much only in parallelogram law of vector addition. In parallelogram law of vector addition. On the next page I am going. You have written all these things, I think. You have written,
Yes,
and
Yes.
okay. Okay, then you are finding R equal to, and you are finding R equal to, that is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta under root, and what will be the tan beta? Same manner. Tan beta you are finding, that is B sin theta, B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. So this is all about your parallelogram law of vector addition. My question is here now. Listen, whenever the two vectors are acting on a body, either you are representing by means of the triangle law, or you are representing these two vectors by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. My question is, if many number of vectors are acting on a body, many number of vectors, more than two, so in which you can calculate? So that is the polygon law of vector addition. We tell it as the polygon law of vector addition. Polygon law of vector addition. Law of vector addition. So polygon, what it tells? Why it is told as the polygon? Because many vectors are acting on it. Suppose, for example, here I am telling one particle is here, one body is here. We are applying the different vectors. Vector 1, A, B vector, and C vector, and D vector. So this many way that we are finding the different vectors. I'm giving the example for the four vectors. So how these vectors can be represented? No doubtly it will be represented by the sides of a polygon. It will be sides of a polygon. So what the definition tells, you can write polygon law of vector addition. If a body is acted upon by the different vectors, if a body is acted upon by the different vectors, then all these vectors, all these vectors are represented by, all these vectors are represented by the sides of an open polygon. All these vectors are represented by the sides of an open polygon taken in same order, taken in same order, then the closing side taken in opposite order.
Sir, after represented by
After if all these vectors are represented by the sides of an open polygon, the sides of an open polygon taken in same order, then the closing side taken in opposite order represents their resultant. Represents their resultant. Means if all the vectors are represented by the sides of an open polygon. The important thing is that if all the vectors are represented by the sides of an open polygon taken in same order, then the closing side taken in opposite order represents their resultant. Means you just draw the parallel polygon. Just you take one polygon, you draw the polygon by taking all these A, B, C, D vectors. Vector A, I am drawing the polygon like that in this manner because A should be in magnitude and direction. This is the A, and vector B will be like that. Vector B. What is vector C? Vector C is like that. I am taking in a magnitude and direction. C like that. Then what is the vector D? The vector D will be like that. That is vector D. Then the closing side. This is the closing side because it becomes a polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The closing side will be taken in opposite order, represent their resultant. So you may be questioning, sir, actually how to get the magnitude and direction of this resultant in case of the polygon, because more than two vectors are acting on a body. So in this case, what you have to do it? Suppose simply you check it here. A vector, uh, this A vector and B vector both are in same order, so this is representing the resultant of, because as per the triangle law, A vector and B vector, this dotted line is indicating the resultant of A vector plus B vector, means A vector plus B vector. We are writing it A vector plus B vector. Again, A vector plus B vector is a vector and C is another vector. From this makes a triangle. So another triangle, you just plot it here now. So this indicates this from this triangle. From this triangle, you are getting A vector plus B vector plus C vector. Again, finding your another triangle. This is one triangle, this is triangle, and all A plus B plus C are in the order, and D is also in order. So this resultant becomes your A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. So in this manner, if you want to find out the calculation method, if you follow the analytical method, how it is? Now you take A and B, find the resultant by applying R square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Again, A plus B and C, you apply the triangle law. Again, A plus B plus C and D, apply the triangle law, and you will be finding the result, that is A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. In this manner, you will be calculating the resultant in magnitude and direction. So this is three law you are finding: a triangle law for the two vectors, parallelogram is for the two vectors you can apply, and polygon law means if the many number of vectors are acting on a body simultaneously, and we have to apply step by step to calculate the resultant and direction of the resultant vector. I think okay, you must have understood. I think you must be understanding now.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And many students, why they are not giving the response? From the chat paper also, through chat also you can send the message,
Yes,
so that
sir.
I can proceed.
Yes, sir.
If anybody is having doubt, also you tell me immediately that this is the that I am remaining doubt. Some of the students, I am taking the name. I think they are not responding me in the proper manner. That is Nivedita Desmukh. You are present here, Nivedita Desmukh. Be smart and respond immediately. Tejaswi, Bandana, Bandana.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Okay. Again, the important thing is that you must have some demand that, sir, please, on the basis of that triangle law, parallelogram law, you must be demanding for the numericals, how the numericals have to be solved here. And before that, I would like to tell you something extra. You should write by stars also. By star, you write. Suppose in parallelogram law, you are finding this is the parallelogram A vector, and this is the B vector, and this manner you are finding, and this is the A vector plus B vector. This is the A vector plus B vector. So would you tell me, so what the other diagonal represent? What the other diagonal represent? So if you just this diagonal, I am removing this diagonal, and if you look on this triangle, what happens here? This is the A vector is directed this way. This is the direction of the B vector. If it will be this vector, if you look to this triangle, as per the triangle law, what you are getting, B vector plus this X vector, diagonal vector, that is equal to A vector. So B vector plus X vector, that is equal to A vector, or what will be the X vector? X vector equal to A vector minus B vector. Means this diagonal which is passing through the point of action represent A vector plus B vector, and other diagonal represents their difference. So you can write by the star. The in parallelogram law of vector addition, the diagonal which is not passing through the point of action represents the difference of two vectors. Represents the difference of two vectors. This is the one point. And another thing, whenever you are calculating the angle, then and there you must be finding some problem. Suppose what are the problems? That part I am giving you, because whenever you are solving the numerical, this type of mistake you will be doing it. How it is? Suppose I am taking it, this is the east, west, north, south. If the resultant is acting exactly in between E and N, exactly, it is 45 degree and it is 45 degree. In this case, we tell the resultant is the value will be finding like
Northeast.
northeast. Very good. This is the northeast. If it is not exactly, in which you can do it. Suppose if it is not exactly making the angle, not exactly making the angle. So what you can tell it as? If it is like that, if it is 30 degree, anybody can tell me this angle?
East of north.
East of north. So that is 30 degree. Somebody is telling east of north, and somebody is telling 30 degree north of east. Which one is correct?
Sir,
east
north of north. North of
North of east.
sir, north of
North
east
of
is
east.
correct. North of east is correct.
North of east. North of east.
Yes, sir.
Suppose उसको कैसे रखोगे north of east? How do you know it? How to remember it? Somebody did the mistake here now. East of north. Actually, it is the north of east. North of east. East का north. East का north तरफ. East का north तरफ 30 degree बना रहे. East is making 30 degree towards north. That is the east of north. North of east. And ठीक है, the east is making 30 degree towards north. Yeah, that first one is the north is making 30 degree towards east. Matlab this angle will be the east of north. And be careful for whenever you are mind, because for that reason, whenever you will be finding the multiple choice questions, 30 degree east of north, 30 degree north of east, you will be finding the difficulties there. So be careful for that. That is the actually it is the north of east. This is the north of east. This is the one type of problem you will be finding. Another type of problem you will be finding whenever you are calculating tan beta. Suppose if you are finding tan beta equal to 0.32, you will calculate immediately and you will get the values like that. So what is the angle? What is the angle? I told you if it is 0.35 to 0.5, if it is less than 0.5, so immediately beta is equal to tan beta will be
Beta
tending to
equal
beta.
to tan inverse 0.32.
No, that thing I know it tan inverse, but this method you have not to calculate it. You are the physics student. You think you are the physics student, exact value is required. How to calculate the value of in degree? So in this case, if you are finding the values, what you have to do it, that is beta equal to 0.3, beta equal to 0.32 radian. You are getting the beta equal to 0.32 radian. If you want to represent in degree, what you have to do it? You have to divide 0.32 divided by 1.746 into 10 to the power minus 2. And that value, whatever you'll get, that is degree. And you'll get the degrees value. Because you do not know that is 29 degree, 32 degree, 15 degree, 18 degree, tan value you do not know. You don't have the tabulation there. You don't have the table also, and nobody will provide you the table in the examination. So you have to apply the tricks here. Suppose if the multiple choice questions, the degree value is given, degrees are given, and you are finding this value. So how to check your answer correct or not? So in that time you have to divide 1.746 into 10 to the power minus 2, because 1 degree equal to 1.746 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian. तो इसके हम डिवाइड कर देंगे, will be converted into degree. All of you are clear? And 1 degree equal to 1.746. 1 degree equal to, in the previously in video already I have given details about that one. 1.746 into 10 to the power minus 2, because you know the question, you know the answer, how to solve it, and you are getting these values. Whenever in the option you will be finding degree. Normally in option you will be finding degrees. So at the same time you will be getting confused what will be in degrees. So immediately 1.746 into 10 to the power minus 2. This should be noted on your notebook. You should note it by the different color also. And it cannot be repeatedly reminding you. Whenever I will solve, at the same time I will put it directly, and at the same time you will be getting confused that so how it is converted into degree. Okay. Now, just you just go for the questions I am giving you. One question, the greatest, and you write. I'll have to write the question. Speed, be smart. The greatest and the least resultant of two forces. I'm writing the question also. In that period, you write it. The greatest and least. The greatest and the least resultant. The greatest and the least resultant of two forces. The greatest and least resultant of two forces acting at a point are 29 Newton and 5 Newton respectively. If each force is increased, if each force is increased by 3 Newton, by 3 Newton, find the resultant of two new forces. Find the resultant of two new forces acting at right angle to each other. Acting at right angle to each other. Acting at right angle to each other. Question already written. You should be in that period. You must have written the question and do it very fast. The one thing is that the greatest and least resultant of two forces acting at a point are 29 Newton and 5 Newton, and respectively. If each force is increased by 3 Newton, find the resultant of two new forces acting at right angle to each other. First step, what I am telling, the question is asking find the resultant. Be careful. The question is asking find the resultant. That means the resultant is a vector quantity. It must be represented by magnitude and direction. The question is not asking find the magnitude of resultant. If the magnitude of resultant is given, that you can calculate easily. And if the direction is given, you have to find out the direction. I know it. Everybody will calculate the magnitude easily, but I think nobody will tell me that exactly what is the angle. Tell me the angle. At what angle? What is the direction of the resultant? It will be difficult for you. My target is that to make you easy how to calculate the direction. Because for magnitude, you know that simply the formula will be, you put the formula and you will get the answer. And here, it must have been written that the greatest and least resultant. What is the greatest and least? And you know from that properties R equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. 2ab cos theta. What will be the greatest value? What is the greatest value? Whenever when theta will be 0 degree, means a vector A will be along this way, and if the vector B will be along same direction, A and B, if they are will be in the same direction, so then you can get the greatest value. Theta 0 degree, you can get a square plus b square plus 2ab under root. That means the greatest value equal to a plus b. That thing you know it. What is the least value? If both the forces will be acting in opposite direction. If both are acting in opposite direction, you can get the least value, that is equal to a minus b. So here the answer will be there, the greatest and least value. What is the greatest value? Solution, easily you can calculate. The greatest value, the R maximum, resultant of two forces acting at point 29 Newton and 5 Newton, matlab A vector A plus B, magnitude is given 29 and A minus B is given 5. And you know from the class 10 how to solve it. That is 2A equal to 34 and A equal to how much you are finding? 17 Newton. Easily calculate A equal to 17 Newton, and what will be the B? And B will be equal to, I think 12 Newton. Na? B equal to 12 Newton. The B equal to finding 12 Newton. So you are getting that is A equal to 17 Newton and B equal to 12 Newton.
Sir, R is 25N.
Yes, sir, 25N.
Yes, sir, 25
R
N.
is, I know it. I know it. Everybody will listen one thing. Everybody will calculate the resultant magnitude. But whoever is calculating the direction, you tell me the direction at what degree angle the resultant is
53
making with.
degree.
No, just to calculate it. How do you calculate? Okay. And if it, again the question part is that if 3 Newton will be increased each force increase 3 Newton force. The new force, what will be the new force? So you take it as the new force F equal to 17 plus 3, that is equal to 20 Newton, and F4 second force equal to 12 plus 3 equal to 15 Newton, and angle is given theta equal to 90 degree. Both are of 90 degree. So you can apply the formula R equal to F1 square plus F2 square plus 2
45
F1
degree.
F2. No.
45 degree.
F1 F2 cos 90 degrees. You calculate under root, and you are finding here in case of 90 degree it will be 0. So you are finding 20 square plus 15 square under root, and magnitude you are getting 400 plus 225, nahin? 225 under root, I think that is equal to 625 under root, that is equal to 25 Newton. You got the magnitude. My target is to get it the beta. What is the result of beta? You just find out what is the.
36 degree.
Who told? What's your name?
Sir, Prabhanshi.
Prabhanshi, how do you calculate it? 36 degree, tell me.
Sir, by dividing by 1.746 into 10 to the power minus 2.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Very good. And if you calculate the beta here, so beta, what is the angle made by the resultant? So tan beta equal to, B sin theta. B sin theta, B sin 90 degree upon A plus B cos 90 degree. If you put these values, so simply you can apply it equal to F1 by F2. Actually, B matlab F2. It was F2. Already you have taken F2 and it was the F1. So F2 what was, I think 15 na? F2 it was 15
Yes,
by
sir.
and what is the F1 the 20. 15 by 20. 15 by 20 means you are getting 7.5 by 10. So you are finding 0.75 and you divide it by 1.746 into 10 to the power minus 2. Immediately divide it, you get the values. And Privansis told that 36 degree. The answer will be the 36, nearly about. Approximately you can get the 36 degree. And 52 minutes you will be getting, if exactly not dividing, that will get the answer 36 degree. My target for you, the people, is not to give importance on calculating the resultant magnitude. Very important is that how to find out the direction. That thing you just you give the idea to answer all the questions. You get the answer? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another thing is, the question is, I'll have to write, a boatman can row with a speed of 10 km per hour a boatman can row with a speed of 10 km per hour in still water. If the river flows steadily at 5 km per hour, comma, in which direction should the boatman row? In which direction should the boatman row in order to reach a point? In order to reach a point on the other bank directly opposite to the point from where he started.
So what is the speed of the boatman?
I am telling it, repeating again also. Whatever you are finding, write it. Next, continue. The width of the river is 2 km. The width of the river is 2 km. Again, I am repeating. A boatman can row ROW, rho, with a speed of 10 kilometer per hour in still water. Full stop. If the river flows steadily, at 5 kilometer per hour, comma, in which direction should the boatman row in order to reach a point on the other bank directly opposite to the point from where he started? Question
Sir,
mark.
30° west of north.
You don't, because east and west already is not mentioned, beta.
Yes.
I am not mentioning in which direction river is flowing. It is not mentioned. You just give the angle with the direction of the flow of river. That means the direction of the flow of water.
So
River water.
120° with the flow of water.
What's the name? You tell your name. Tell your name.
Sir Anisha.
Anisha. Very good. Very good. 120°. Very good. Dekho. So what you have to do it? The target is that you just clearly understand the flow of river means, that means the river water flows. The speed of the river water, that is 5 kilometer per hour is given, and the flow, that is the speed of boat is given 10 kilometer per hour in still water. In still water, see, just you take the river here. What is the target of the man? The man is starting from here. The boat is starting from here. He wants to reach or just opposite. He wants to reach to just, means the resultant will be along this way. It is clear the river is flowing along this direction. The river water is flowing towards the right. And the man wants to, because of, if he starts here, simply the boat will be that is blowing in this way, so that it will not be reaching just exactly opposite to the point. He started his journey here, A, and he has to reach just opposite to its starting point, B. So in which direction he has to start journey? So he has to move along this direction. This is the common sense. This is the common sense, is that the boatman have to move in this direction so that water is blowing towards right and flowing towards right, so the boat will be automatically along this way. So the boatman's speed is along this way, that is 10 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour is given, I think, na? Kilometer per hour, and the river is flowing along this way. You look onto this point, that is 5 kilometer per hour, and automatically it becomes a triangle. It becomes a triangle. Be careful. And from the triangle, these two vectors are in order, and this vector is in opposite order. So this is the resultant. This is the resultant. The resultant is making, this is the resultant. This angle equal to theta. This angle equal to theta, and this angle is 90°. Know it. Students, just be careful what I am going to tell it now. It is not necessary to apply the triangle law and parallelogram always. If you are finding the geometrical interpretation, or if you know the geometrical method of calculating, then you apply geometric method directly, no problem. You apply directly geometry. How the geometry will be applied here? From this we are finding the right angle triangle. From the right angle triangle, that is you can apply directly Pythagoras or sine function. You can do it. So you can use the sine theorem here. What will be the speed? If it is the theta, you take it the sine theta. Sine theta equal to perpendicular per hypotenuse. So sine theta equal to directly 5 by 10. 5 by 10. It is the geometrically that equal to half. So that is equal to sine 30°.
30°.
Sin 30 degree, or theta equal to 30 degree. If you are finding theta equal to 30 degree, so my question is that the question is asking, in which direction the boatman is, this is the question, in which direction should the boatman row in order to reach the point? In which direction
90 plus
boat
30, 120.
90 plus 30, that is 120 degree with the direction of the flow of river water. Clear now? So that boatman has to travel by max angle 120 degree with the direction of flow of water. Direction of flow of water. So in this direction that boatman has to drive. I think my technical point is that whenever you are arranging the situation in which direction the vectors are acting, and if you find any type of vector addition method or geometric method, if any type of geometric method if you want, if you follow the geometric method of calculation, so it's not required to go for the triangle law and parallelogram. Don't look on that the triangle law and vector law always. You just look in the situation and geometrical method. You just calculate it, and you will be able to solve this type of problem. And that we will be finding the many different questions in vector addition. I will be sending today some assignment also, some technical assignments, some questions which are something different from that of the other one. So you just practice it, and if you are having doubt also, you ask me through my WhatsApp number. But my question is that the whatever that graphical questions already, it was only Muskan Patni told me that already she has completed. Nobody is sending the message, and some kinematics also I asked the question. Nobody is just responding to me. That if you are completing, you just tell me simply by sending yes, sir, it is completed. Okay. Thank you very much. In the next class, we'll be
Thank you.
discussing that resolution of vector. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.